When you begin to work with text in PowerPoint 2007, and specifically text slides in a presentation, a lot of the formatting is done for you. For example, we've been working on this presentation, and according to this theme and this layout, you can see the text on my slide is a certain font, a certain size, a certain location. Even the alignment is up to the layout and the theme that we've chosen. But we can have full control over that, and we can edit or format text that's already on a slide, or we can do the formatting before we enter the text ourselves. So we're going to take a presentation we've been working on and format some text. Now, if you're jumping to this lesson and you don't have this presentation open on your screen, no problem. Go up to the Office button and click Open. From the Lesson 5 folder of your exercise files, you'll be all caught up if you click Introducing ECP5B and then click Open. Alright, there we go. We'll click on Slide 2 over here on the left and we're all caught up. Now let's work with this text here. This particular slide has 3 pieces of text on it. You can see we've got a title, we've got this bulleted text down here. We've even got text inside of graphics over here on the right hand side. So we'll click anywhere inside this text and you can see a border shows up to indicate that this is the text that we're working with in this area. One of the things we can do is look at the current formatting by going up to the ribbon. So anywhere in this text, you can see your flashing cursor. If you go up to the ribbon and, for example, look at the font group here, you can see which font is being used. It's 20th Century MT. There's the size. It's set to 29 points. And I don't see any of these buttons selected, so there's no bolding, italics, underline, or shadows or anything like that. But if I move over to the paragraph group over here on the ribbon, you can see that the bullet button is selected, so this is actually a bulleted list, and it's only one bullet. It's left aligned. I can see that from my alignment buttons. And like I was saying, we have full control over this text now. Another way to format text that's kind of cool is to highlight the text or select it by clicking and dragging over it. So we'll do that. And then notice as we hover over the text that there's a mini toolbar that wants to show up here. And when the mini toolbar shows up, like so, we can make quick changes like there's bold, italics, there's some alignment stuff, there's our font and our font size, and you can see we've even got font color over here, for example. So let's change the font size. We'll go a little bit bigger. Let's go up to 32 here. You can see that fills the box a little more. We'll leave the alignment as left aligned, maybe bold it. That's cool. And let's change the font color as well. We'll click the font color drop down and let's go to a dark brown over here. Alright, we'll click anywhere inside the text box here to see those changes. So some simple formatting changes that were done using the mini toolbar by first selecting the text and then hovering over that mini toolbar. Now we could have come up here and done the same thing, so you can see our new font size here in the font group. You can see bold is now selected and there's our font color. So maybe this shouldn't be bolded. If we come up here and just click the bold button, you can see nothing really happens because we haven't selected the text first. So let's select our text and turn the bold off by clicking the bold button. We'll deselect by clicking inside the box, and you can see there's a bullet trying to start here if we wanted to add a second point, but we don't. Alright, so that's one kind of formatting. What about the alignment of our text? Well, let's just click on the border of our text box here, and you know that you've selected the border when the lines become solid. With the entire box selected as opposed to selecting the text, we can also make some changes. For example, if we wanted this to be centered, we could come up here to the paragraph group and click on the center alignment button. You can see what that looks like. Or right aligned. How about full? That doesn't really work, so we'll go back over here to the left and we'll choose left align. Now one of my favorite things is over here in the drawing group. We've got something called quick styles. So let's click this. It's a drop down. And you can see we can get some quick styles that might match the rest of our slide. Right now, the style of this is there's really just text sitting there with no border. But if we were to hover over some of these, you can see what happens. There's some shading and some borders that appear. So I'm going to come down here to this one. Here you can see the second one on the second last row. And as we hover over these, we also see the name Moderate Effect, Accent 1. We'll give that a click, and you can see that's instantaneous. So quick styles can really change the look or appearance and the formatting of your text. Let's now go up to Shape Effects. Our box is still selected. Clicking Shape Effects allows us to do things like add shadows, for example. So if we want this to appear to come off the page, we can do that. We can even use perspective shadows. Then it goes right off the slide. So I'm going to come up here to an outer shadow. I think maybe if it showed up over here on the left side, that would be good. And we'll just do this one here, which is a little bit more of a shadow. Excellent. Let's go back to Shape Effects because there's a lot of other ones. Besides shadow, we've got reflections And you can see what happens when we choose reflections. And in this case, it's going right off the slide, so they don't work very well. We've got glows as well. If we'd rather have our box glow than a shadow, we can do that. We got soft edges. If we want to just kind of have our box fade. There's a neat one right there. We've also got bevels to choose from. That's kind of cool. Gives it a three-dimensional look. And we've even got 3D options. We'll get into these a little bit later. Right now, we'll just leave it at what we've got. So although we're hovering over some of these perspectives and three-dimensional options under the 3D options, we'll just come out here and click on our slide to not select one of those for now and leave our text box just the way it is. So some quick and simple changes really change the look of our slide and specifically this text in this section of our text slide. So far we've been working with slides that already have placeholders for our text. In the next section we're going to actually add our own text to a slide.